What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TED Talk. Whoa, how did that get on there? Oh, didn't mean to scare you guys. This is a tapir, one of the strangest and most unknown animals on the planet. Why? Because it's rapidly decreasing in population. These things live in Central and South America, and also in Malaysia and Singapore. A different version, of course, but I'll get into the different types later. Oh, crap. It's not loading. Got you. Anyways, these guys are getting closer to extinction, and there are only 15,000 tapirs still alive, which is up from the previous years. This is because of the repopulation efforts. Although, as you can see in this graph, the population density decreased massively leading into 1990. This is because of poaching, deforestation, all stuff I'll get into later. This decrease in population has also happened pretty slowly, but it's still fading. I guess you could refer to it as a low tapir fade. Now let's introduce the characters. We got the Brazilian... Oh, shoot. I forgot about the pause for laughter. My bad. First, we got the Brazilian tapir, also known as the lowland tapir. It's also called the South American tapir. It's got many names. Lives in the Amazon rainforest and other parts of South America. It can swim like a pro and often cools off in the river. Mountain tapir. It lives in the Andes Mountains in Colombia, Ecuador, and northern Peru, and it's the smallest and furriest tapir. It's like a tapir who wears a winter coat. We got the Baird's tapir. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. But we got the Central America and parts of Northern and South America. It's got a distinctive white-tipped nose and lips. This is the national animal of Belize. So, yeah. Then we got the Malayan tapir. And this lives in Southeast Asia. Places like Malaysia, Thailand, and Sumatra. It's the only tapir species in Asia. And this is the one that you commonly see. This is the classic design right here. So we got some facts. They weigh in at 300 to 700 pounds, and they take 13 to 14 months to go through pregnancy, which makes it especially hard for their population to grow. They only have one baby per pregnancy as well. They have 4 toes on each front leg and only 3 on each back leg. They can use their massive trunk as a snorkel for swimming. They actually have a tapir at the Minnesota Zoo. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it is pretty cool. They're also pretty good swimmers, and they're herbivores. Their diet consists of leaves, fruit, and grasses. Their nose functions as an arm. It's used to wrap around and grab things like high-hanging fruits. And they can also live up to 30 years. Now, despite their goofy appearance, they're incredible animals, and they're absolutely ancient, like prehistoric. They've been on the earth for over 20 million years. Now, why is it that they're just now declining in population? Well, for one, they're hunted for their meat. The indigenous communities in South America consider the tapir meat to be a significant food source. Their habitats are also becoming fragmented due to roads and farming. They're sensitive to the habitat destruction since people are building and logging in the places they live. They're also declining in population because they specifically eat from almond trees that are too high for other animals to reach. And since they specifically eat from these trees, when they're destroyed, there's less trees. Then less trees make less tapirs, makes less trees, because they're one of the main reasons. They're one of the main spreaders of this tree's seeds. They actually disperse the seeds because they eat the seeds from the tree, and then they poop them out, and this helps that tree to grow more and more. So it's actually decreasing the growth of this tree as well. Illegal logging is also a problem. It does happen a lot. It's a big thing, especially in like South America. The best way to help the tapir population is by raising awareness. There are groups dedicated to repopulating, and the population have gone up significantly in the past few years because of these efforts. World Tapir Day was in April, and how many of you celebrated or did anything? That's right, nobody. Because nobody cares, you just don't care enough. But global warming is a big reason for the decline. And I could give a whole nother speech on the effects of global warming and how we can fix this. But the bottom line is, the less carbon emissions put out by humans, the rate at which the globe is warming will decrease. It is actually looking quite good for the repopulation of tapirs through a process of catching tapirs in snare traps and safely breeding and reintroducing them. Conservationists have helped the population to grow. It's still a fraction of what it used to be. However, with the continuing work that's being done in coming years and bans being put in place on killing tapirs and destroying their habitat, things could be looking up. I am Gavin, and thanks for listening to my TED Talk.